Okay, so I wasn't sure if I could go up this road until I saw these motorbikes coming down and obviously going up. I'd sat here for a few minutes. There was a single cyclist came down, and I'm thinking, oh, am I in a park? And then there was a big four-wheel drive Dodge Ram thing going up, and I thought, oh, if he can go up, then I can probably go up as well. So got myself set up, ready to have a little trip. My first ever trip into what I would guess I would consider more of the Alps than just riding the main roads as such. So this is Zillertal. I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you shortly. Well, hello viewers, welcome back to the channel. Ian here. I have to apologise. I've not posted anything for a few weeks for various reasons. Partly because work is very busy at the moment. Secondly, because I wanted to post this all in one hit. So this will be the first part of a two-part series, if you like. If two could be a series, I'm guessing so. So yeah, the problem that I had was I shot it on two cameras. So there's like a lot of footage, and when I loaded the handlebar camera, which is the view that you see here, put it onto the iPad, it took up nearly all of me iPad memory. So you need additional memory in order to then post it onto YouTube. So I had to reconsider, and that hadn't even included the crash helmet camera either. So I've decided to initially I was thinking, oh, do I not post it yet and save it for later on, where maybe sort of some computer upgrade or something like that, or maybe access to a laptop or something instead of an iPad, giving you more memory basically. So I decided to give you the going up the mountain and then the coming down the mountain. Here's that Dodge Ram I was talking about earlier. It came up behind this fella twice. Oh, I say it's a fella, I don't know who's driving, do I? It's blacked out windows, could be anyone, couldn't it? Basically, as the switchback I'd just come round was a little bit of that was a concern. First time out there, I'm not really clued up on how to approach these sharp ends, really, especially because I'm effectively riding on a different side of the road than I'm used to. So yeah, well, these are my excuses, I guess, but I'm not an experienced switchback rider, so I thought to myself, well, that's okay, I'll tuck in behind this fella and I'll just enjoy the first ride, and at least I know if I'm on the bends, he's going to be slowing us down, and and also protecting me from any unknown oncoming traffic, and then he let me past, as you just see. So I'm thinking, oh, now it's up to me, and this was going up a hill here. So the problem with the GoPro is that it tends to flatten everything out. I think it's probably to facilitate the sort of the leveling of the GoPro, maybe, so that it doesn't bounce around, because obviously the bike's vibrating, we're bumping up and down, yet the picture stays pretty still. So you don't always get the steepness of the road that you're travelling up. It's not obvious to the viewer. So yeah, so there we are. So we're making our way up. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm only going slow. I speeded this up so that you sort of it's easier to upload onto the YouTube. Same thing again with the memory, but I think you can see enough of the route and the mountains, the trees, and maybe parts of the valley as you catch it. So it's as an experience, loved it, absolutely loved it. Anxious, yes. Not knowing what was around the next bend. For some of the trip up, I actually had the sat-nav going on the phone, set up on the handlebars there. So there was an indication to some extent of the lay of the road. So I had an indication, but obviously when there was a few sort of squiggly bits, or as we like to call them, bends, or twisties, I would get some sort of warning. So yeah, so that was good. So, however, further up, what I had to do was, because it's a sat nav on the phone, I had to sort of expand the map out and then pick a section of the road further along, and then head towards that, and then do the same again. This is a bit where you pay to go on these roads. They're a toll road. It's not expensive. It's only €5, but I guess at the end of the day, it's for our enjoyment. Other people, it's only people that I guess that are enjoying this country pass, and country pass. What am I talking about? Mountain pass, and for those that are resident or possibly work up there. So those that are resident and workers, I'm guessing, would have a free pass, but for us tourists, we pay. It's not a problem. So here we go. So while I'm faffing around getting me money back in place, my gloves on, here comes that Dodge Ram again. So there's me. I've got a vehicle behind me, which you're not aware of. There's a vehicle behind me, the Dodge Ram there. So I'm sort of possibly in the way, but I guess the vehicle behind me's got to go as well. And there, unfortunately, I was behind the Dodge Ram again. Not an issue. As mentioned previously, it's as far as I was concerned, it offers a degree of security. Stay behind the thing, and look at that. Look at the mountains here. Yeah. Stay behind him, and just enjoy the trip with the added benefit of possibly some forewarning of danger, etc. And yeah, as mentioned before, it's my first time up into the mountains, and I'm glad it's just I'm glad it's not all gravel and gnarly sort of mountains, like, you know. So I'd be I don't think I would have risked that. I've not quite got to that skill set level at all yet. So I'm still remaining on tarmac. As I say, I mean, it was donkey's years since I rode a bike. 37 years in between selling my last bike when I was in my 20s to go backpacking, and then buying not this bike, but buying a CRF in. Let me pass again now. Let me out on my own to face the world. So 2020 pandemic. What do? You obviously buy a bike. So I got a CRF 250. Ended up taking it out. I was working in Holland at that time, so ended up taking it out to Holland with me, and a month later it was stolen. So, but it gave me. I'd had it for a few months. I'd had it serviced before I went out to Holland. I'd probably done maybe 1,200 miles on it, which isn't very much. Here's another switchback, getting slightly better, but if those cars were coming down a bit faster or a bit sooner, who knows? This was a little bit concerning because I'm over on the edge there, but there we are. So getting back to the bikes, I took it out to Holland with me. It got stolen, and so when choosing which bike to go for next, I had a test ride of a few. They was all Triumphs, in all fairness. Got a Triumph showroom near me. I was interested in them, so I tried a few different styles, and ended up coming back to the sort of adventure type of bike. So it's as mentioned in previous videos that you may or may not have watched, it is quite tall for me. I'm only 5'6", and obviously got little legs. So I mean, I was going to get off here, and then by the time I was faffing around trying to get the stand down, and it was leaning right over, I was thinking, well, I'm on the edge. If I go tumbling off, then that's me skiing without skis in the dry. So I decided to opt for an alternative place to maybe take some photos and whatever. So but all in all, the Triumph has been an absolute lovely bike to ride. I'd recommend it to anyone. It's comfortable. It's there for the long distance runs that I've done. For example, on a previous video, I actually had nearly 15 hours, I think it was, from Munich up to the East Midlands, all in one day. So I left at 9 o'clock or something like that. I left the site, and then made my way up through Germany, and where'd I go? Germany, Luxembourg. I don't think I've got any of the Holland in. Germany, Luxembourg, Belgium, France, and then back to the UK. So it was a fair old trek, but 15. This is where I'd stop. I see this lake and thought, oh, beautiful. Took in a few countries all in one day. I probably won't be doing that again as such. It was a bit of a trek to take on, to be honest. But I will be. I'm looking to possibly do the 24-hour sort of 1,000-mile iron butt thing that they do. So we'll see. If I do that, I'll get some footage of that as well. So there we are. Well, you don't always get the actual view from the GoPro because they tend to flatten things out. So, a couple of little photos just to take in the scenery and enjoy the moment there. Absolutely gorgeous up there it was. Absolutely gorgeous. Got a bit away before that bloody Jeep gets back up here. Okay, so off we go again, and you got some Herbert here sitting in the middle of the road there. Why would you? Why not go one way or the other? I mean, he's in a car. He could go over to the left there, a little bit on the grass, a little on the road, and people could go past him. A little bit of gravel there. For those that think that I've not been on any gravel, I've done at least 2 or 3 foot, I think, on gravel. So it's official. I've been off road. I did do some gravelly stuff on the CRF, to be honest, but I'm not by any way, shape or form experienced in off-road riding. So that's still to come, fingers crossed. So I'm sticking to the grey stuff and enjoying it at the moment. Plus the fact that I've, the bike doesn't come with off-road focused tyres. They're basically a road tyre. They're not knobblies, so there we are. But anyway, so you may have said that the little bit earlier there where I was faffing around moving the bike around. That was because I let it run on here because there was some beeps and bongs, and those beeps and bongs were the all-track system that sort of monitors the bike. So if it gets moved, they get in touch with you and let you know, just make sure that it's you that's moving the bike. They're obviously based in the UK. The bike's or in this case it's in Austria, but they monitor it wherever it is. So thumbs up to those guys, but they did. It was binging and bonging, and then they tried calling me. That was a little sort of like motorbike sounding ringtone that I've got. So yeah, it was, and now as I'm riding through these things, I'm thinking I need to phone the guys back because I don't want to come down off the mountain pass and then the local police pull me over because my bike's registered as stolen. So the next stop was going to be wherever it was, which was going to be a sort of like a restaurant or whatever up towards the top of the mountains. Then I would contact them and let them know that it is actually me that's on the bike. So call off the dogs. Yeah, so there it was. The reason that went off is because I was moving the bike without the ignition on. One of the things that sets it off. So, my fault entirely. I don't tend to fall foul of that. Not more recently anyway. But it was that the bike was in a precarious position insofar as it was leant right over. I could get back onto it, but then I wasn't tall enough to be able to then pull it over to a level that I could then take the stand up and ride off on it. So I needed to get it a little bit more where I was comfortable. I could put at least one foot down securely and lift the side stand up. So that was the reason for all of that. So anyway, I'm hoping that you enjoy the video, and that maybe it might give you some thoughts that you might want to come up into this area of Austria as well. It's basically the border between Germany and Austria. The mountains that are there. It's southern Germany, obviously. So I was actually making my way to riding from Munich, obviously, coming down, and the route that would take you to Innsbruck. However, the place where I was going was actually, then diverting off of that down to Meyerhofen, which is a skiing resort. Excuse me. There we go. A skiing resort. So I had been there before once skiing. Fortunately, my riding's better than my skiing, only just. And so I thought I'd head down there in a time when it wasn't full up with snow. So that was the plan. The route was to go there, but obviously en route I wanted to sort of take in like the mountain roads, these sort of back roads as it were. And I'm glad I did. I'm sitting here a few weeks later doing my voiceover, but I'm glad I did. And although I was possibly quite anxious at the time, I have to say I would do it again. Hopefully, be a little bit better, a little bit more prepared for what's there, and but yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. But these people going up on these bikes, wow, respect. If you're pedalling up these, it's bad enough on one with an engine. So, excuse me. Must be that COVID thing coming in. So yeah, it's been good. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Part 2 coming out soon. I'm with you. Oh, look at that. Jesus, there's still snow up there.